Welcome back to Conan. We're playing in the clutches of the Picts. It's the first scenario. And this is going to be round 2. And so let's get to it with our heroes. They are going to be putting their crystals into their fatigue area. And then they're going to be choosing a stance. Alright, so for Shavatis, the first thing we do is we're going to be moving all of the gems into the fatigue area. And now he's going to choose a stance. And I think for this turn, I think he's going to take a cautious stance, which means he can move 5 crystals over into the getting ready area, but the only thing he can do on his turn now is defend or re-roll dice. So that's it for Shavatis. Let's take a look at our mage, who should be ready to go. Alright, so our mage, Hadrathas, all of his tokens he used is going to go down into here. He will choose the aggressive stance. This time he can move 2 crystals over. He only has 1 to move over. He is ready to roll. Alright, next, Conan. Alright, I think Conan, well, we're going to move all of his gems down into his fatigue area. He should rest, but I think he's going to stay on the aggressive stance, which means he's only going to move 2 crystals over. That only gives him 5 crystals for this turn, but there's stuff I want him to do. And so that's it. So we're going to be having our heroes now taking actions, and I think we're going to start with Conan, and he's on the board right now with a Pict warrior. I think the first thing he wants to do is attack the Pict warrior, so he's going to take a die. He's actually going to take, just 1. He's using his battle axe, so he's going to get +1, so he's going to roll 2 red dice, and he gets to re-roll 1 of them. Let's go to the board and have that attack. Alright, so Conan is up here with the warrior. He gets to roll his 2 red dice. Come on. And he gets only 2 hits. The Pict warrior has a defense of 2, so that would be a complete miss. However, Conan is going to spend 1 of his crystals for a re-roll. Oh, he gets a free reroll for he gets a free reroll on his battle axe, so he doesn't have to spend a crystal for a reroll. So 3 hits. That is going to be enough to kill the Pict warrior, unless the Overlord wants to spend 1 crystal, which the Overlord is going to do to defend against that, which means gets to roll 1 orange die, and he rolls nothing, so he can spend another crystal to re-roll that, but he's getting kind of low on crystals, so I think he's going to spend 1 more crystal. He wants to lock Conan down in that spot. Come on, defense, and he still gets no defense. He's not going to spend any more crystals. The Pict warrior has been killed by Conan. All right, excellent stuff. And now we're going to go back to the player board area, and we'll see if Conan is going to do anything else right now. Alright, Conan is now going to use his movement, and yes, you can attack, and then you can do your free movement. So Conan will take his 2 movement, but he's also going to spend an extra crystal here to get a total of 3 movement. Let's go to the board and see why. Alright, Conan is on the hunt for the shaman's head, so he's going to go 1 and 2, 3. Have to go through the flap area, cost an extra movement. Conan is now face to face with the shaman Zogar Sag, and I think what he's going to do now is he's going to attack. He has 3 crystals left. He is going to put 2 of them into his melee. That's only going to leave him 1 crystal remaining, but that's going to allow him to roll 3 red dice, and he will get 1 reroll, of course, because he's using his battle axe. So let's have a look and see what Conan can do for damage. Oh, that's not bad at all. He gets 6 hits against Zogar Sag, the shaman, and he has a defense of 3, so he's going to take 3 damage unless the Overlord player spends some crystals for defense. And I think the Overlord player will spend 1 crystal for defense. So he's going to roll 1 orange die. So to try to mitigate some of those hits. And he gets 1. So instead of him taking 3 damage, he will take 2 damage. So he's going to go from 5 hit points and down to 3. And that's going to be the end. I think that's what Conan's going to end off with, because he only has one crystal left. You probably want to save it for defense. We're going to go now to Hadrathas, our wizard, and see what he's going to do. And I should also mention that in the shaman's hut, the princess was not there. So Conan went in, and we asked the overlord, is the princess in here? No, she's not. So we still haven't found her. We still have 2, 4, 6 more hut locations to look through. But up now, we're going to have Hadrathas take a turn. He is going to use teleportation. That costs 1 to activate the spell. And then for every crystal he puts on here, he can move 1 space, ignoring walls, ignoring the blocking ability of the Pict warrior that he's in the space with, so he can move. And he's going to move a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. So he's going to take, or 6? Yeah, is he going to do 6? Yeah, I think, well, no, he's only going to do 4. He's only going to go 5 spaces. He's going to teleport 5 spaces. That leaves him 4 crystals. So let's go to the board and see where he's going to go with that. Okay, so I can just kind of get it in here. So he's going to teleport 5 spaces. Now, normally this warrior, this Pict warrior has the blocking ability, which means you can't physically move away. But our wizard is teleporting, and that negates his ability to block him. So he's going to go 1, 2, and teleport in here. And teleporting just ignores all hindrance and blocking for movement, so he can just pop in and out of places. So is the princess in here? He has a quick look around. No, she's not. So that was 1, 2. He's going to go 3, 4 into this area. Looks around. Princess is not here either. 5 out. He's going to teleport out here for 5. Wow, that was rotten. So we know now that the princess isn't in here, isn't in the shaman tent, and isn't in here. So we only now have 1, 2, 3, 4 possible locations where the princess might be hiding. We'll go, I think, back to Hadrathas and see if there's anything else he wants to do. All right, there's one more thing I might want Hadrathas to do, and that is to activate Mitra's Halo. It says your armor value is increased by 2. This effect ends when you change from cautious to aggressive, or when your group is activated. When your group is activated. I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm going to have to look that up. But what it means is if he spends 3 of his 4 crystals, he'll get like an armor of 2, which means to do damage to him, someone's going to have to hit him for more than 2. And I think all of these tokens are not supposed to go on the spell. I think they do go into the exhausted area. I just put them on the spell card so that I could know how many he was spending on there. So we're going to put them into the exhausted. He's used teleport. I'm really contemplating using Mitra's Halo. So I think I will do that. We're going to spend the 3 to activate the Halo. So now he has 2 armor until he goes from cautious to aggressive. So even if he goes to a cautious stance next round, he's still going to have that armor ability. So I'm going to put a token or something on here. I'm going to use the old treasure chest token just to remind myself that this is active. I have to keep track of it. All right, that's going to be Hadrathas' turn. Conan's done everything he's going to do. And so basically now the turn is going to go over to the Overlord player. All right, so we're back to the Overlord player now. It's his turn, and I hope I'm getting the rules correct. The spell stuff kind of confuses me a bit. I'm not sure when the crystals are supposed to come off the spell cards and go into fatigue. I think it's at the end of the player's turn, which I've done, so I think that's done correctly. But anyway, you could let me know in the comments if that's right. Some of the rules seem to be confusing. I've gone to BGG a few times to try and clarify things. So I think I'm doing okay. We'll just carry on and see what happens. So we are on to the Overlord turn. Now 5 crystals are going to be coming back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. He spent a lot, so he has, how many does he have? 4, 5, 6. He has 8 crystals here for activations. He will activate Zogar Zag. It's only going to cost 1 to activate him. And he will be attacking Conan. And he has an attack of 2 orange dice, and he gets to re-roll both dice. So let's go up and have that attack happen against Conan. Okay, so there's a tussle up here. The shaman doesn't like Conan bursting into his area. He's going to attack Conan. He gets 2 orange dice for his attack, and he rolls absolutely nothing. But he does get 2 free rerolls of both of them, so he's going to try that again. And this time he gets 2 hits, and he will spend 1 crystal to re-roll the 1 orange die that has no hits on it. And that's going to be a total of 3 hits against Conan. Now, Conan only has 1 crystal left. Conan will spend it for defense. That means he's going to be able to roll 2 orange and 1 yellow die for defense. So let's see if Conan can block those 3 hits. And wow, Conan does it. He blocks all 3 hits. That was an ineffective attack by the Overlord, so that was good. Conan doesn't take any damage. We don't want our heroes to get damaged. But now Conan is out of crystals, so back to the Overlord for him to take another turn by activating another tile, if he wants. You don't have to. You can do 0, 1, or 2. So let's see if he wants to activate another tile of monsters. All right, so we're back to the Overlord. I think he's going to activate his red Pict hunters. That's going to cost him 4 crystals to activate them, which he will spend. And that's going to activate all of the red Pict hunters. So let's go back to the board and have them go. They have a movement of 2, and they roll 2 yellow dice for an attack, and they get to re-roll them if they want. Let's go to the board and see what we're going to do with them. The first one is in here with another green guy. He is going to move out the door, so that's going to cost him his 2 movement to come out with the blue one. If the Overlord wants, he can spend extra dice to have him move extra spaces, but the Overlord only has 3 crystals left, and I think he's just going to leave this guy here for now. Let's readjust the camera and go up to where it's going to matter. All right, so at the north, we have 3 of the red Pict hunters in the little tent area here. They are going to be coming out this door. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2 movement. All 3 of them now are in the same space as our wizard. Now the wizard, I put this little ring around him to indicate that he has that Mitra's Halo shield on him. He's basically going to block the first 2 damage done to him. Each one of these 3 guys is going to have an attack against him, and it's going to be 2 yellow dice with 2 rerolls, or 3 rerolls on each die. So the first attack is doing no damage, but they get to reroll, and that's 2, and so all the damage is blocked from the first attack. He's not going to use any crystals to reroll. So the second Pict hunter attacks, doing again nothing, and they're going to reroll, and they get 1. So our wizard with that halo around him is very effective. And the last one attacking him, wow, nothing again. These yellow dice are terrible. I think they have 4 blank sides, a double, and a single. So not exactly the most powerful dice in the game. And the reroll doing 1. So basically all of those attacks were for naught, useless. But the Overlord isn't finished yet. He's going to spend 1 crystal and move one of these guys over here. So there's no hindrance rules because there's more enemies than heroes, so he can just move away for a cost of 1. We could also move another one away at a cost of 1 if we wanted. That's only going to leave the Overlord 2 crystals though, which is getting pretty dangerous to do. But he might go ahead and do that. He's going to spend 1 more crystal. He's going to move this guy over here, just so to stop the wizard from using his lightning storm, which attacks everyone in a single square. So I know it's kind of nasty to do that, but that way the wizard, if he uses that lightning strike, is only going to be able to kill 1 of the characters and not a whole group of them. All right, I think we're going to zoom out, and I think, unless I've messed up, which is quite possible, check the notes in the comment section. we'll wrap up the episode for today. All right, well, that was our episode for today. The princess not found yet. Conan battling with the shaman in the tent. And all of the guys are just all spread out like crazy, so that our wizard can't seem to get an attack off, a group attack. So there you have it. Well, thanks so much for watching along. This is Conan. We're doing the first scenario in the clutches of the Picts. We need to kill this shaman, chop his head off. We need to find the princess. We need to get out of here before the 9th turn begins. So basically, our heroes have 8 turns to pull it off. This was the 2nd turn, which of course I totally forgot to film, but we're on, this is round 2 or turn 2. We have 8 turns to accomplish that. Oh, and how do we lose? I guess I should tell you how we lose as well. We lose this scenario, I believe, if any one of the heroes is killed. I think says at the end of round 8, the Picts arrive in massive numbers to witness the sacrifice, and the heroes can no longer escape. The Overlord wins the game. So no, it's just at the end of the Overlord's turn at round 8. If Conan and his buddies here have not got the princess out and have the shaman's head in hand and gotten off the board, then the Overlord will win. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your subscriptions, your comments, your likes. Very much appreciated. Join me next time for the continuation of Conan. We are in the clutches of the Picts.